All right, good morning. This is Lynx, and I got something special to share with you today. Something that I have noticed or have been noticing when I talk to people, when I do readings for people, when I work with people in hypnosis. There's this common problem that happens with people where, as humans right now, the way we are in our development and in what we've been conditioned to believe, we're really big on defining ourselves by this tiny little thing. Okay, this is what I, this is what I do. This is what I am. Okay. We try to define ourselves by the way that we make money, or we try to define ourselves by some little tiny little role that then serves as the entire umbrella of our identity. Okay. Now the reason that that's a problem is that, like, let's say you're a systems analyst. That's what you are. Okay. You lose your job, your identity completely collapsed. It's real easy for people to go crazy. That's why when people are getting layoffs right now, or they're losing their jobs, they're finding themselves completely lost. They don't know who they are anymore. Okay. We have been told, and well, we actually have been conditioned to believe that wealth comes from what we do, a sort of our career, what we do, and then that's it, and then we're supposed to make wealth from that. But in the old world, we were humans were taught and trained to believe and understand the truth about wealth. The wealth is the combination of what you do, what you know, who you surround yourself with, and your health as well fits into that, and also what your reputation is, and those people who would choose to partner with you based on your reputation. Okay, all of these things interact in a dynamic way, and when balanced, allow wealth to rise naturally. But what we've been told is go get a paycheck, come home, that's it. You better get wealth. Some are lucky, some aren't. Okay, so that's kind of bullshit. Okay, so what we've done as a side effect, because of our education, as I told you guys, I was in education for 8 years. I was a college teacher for 8 years. I've done some real research during that time, and since then, on what's happened in the educational system and what we've been conditioned to believe. They've really kind of screwed us up in our heads, and purposefully, because we're easy to manipulate that way. So what's happening with people right now is they're trying to define themselves in a very limited way. I see that in this quote unquote spiritual movement, and I've been doing readings for a very, very long time, and I've been around, this movement for a very long time, and I've seen people try to define themselves in a certain way. Everyone's trying to get the edge and trademark their spirituality so that they can have the edge. It's because they want to define themselves in this really tiny little way. What happens then? People naturally get stuck. They sort of regurgitate the same things over and over to each other, and then they get stuck. Or you do the same things over and over, you get stuck. I saw this when I was an artist, when I was a writer. If I defined myself as just a writer and I couldn't write, I wasn't anybody. See, and that's kind of what we do. We limit ourselves. So those people who are a mother or a father, they raise their kids go out. Now who are they? They've been a mother for so long. They've been a mother for 20 years. Who are they now? See? So what happens is that we get stuck, and then what people don't realize is that when you do something in a completely unrelated area, sometimes it gets you unstuck. So, like, you can learn, to. One time I was stuck in writing. I learned to ride a motorcycle. I became unstuck in all areas, in all these different areas of my life. You never know what's gonna, click something inside of you, what's gonna make things fire. And sometimes we got to do something in a completely different way, in a completely different field, in something we're completely unfamiliar with, to have that growth. And here's the other thing. We limit ourselves with these tiny little definitions, and then we think we're going to change. So this is what we do. We change ever so slightly and give ourselves a new definition that's really just a reflection of the old definition, something we're comfortable with. We don't want to take too big a risk, and then we can go from this tiny little thing to this tiny little thing, and then we're surprised when we're still stuck and we're not happy. Okay, so what I'm going to show you today is, with all this in mind, I'm going to show you how to consider this in a new way. Okay, so we're going to start with this is our astrological matrix, and it's in the files section up above, the astrological PDF. Download it and you can do this. Okay, normally this is about being stuck, about fears and about obstacles. So normally I would use my kaiju, oracle, which is the legendary monster oracle, which is all about fears and being stuck. And if you guys read that PDF in the file section, The Game of Fear, that'll help you understand a lot of how we get there, okay? Then there's the other one, the necromancy oracle. This is about resurrecting that which is dead, and a lot of us feel that way. I'm going to show you how to do it with both of these and with a regular pair of dice. Now, I haven't written the PDF for this one yet because officially it's not released. Although everyone wanted it, which is awesome. But I haven't finished the PDF. I'm going to be doing that within the next couple weeks. So first thing I'm going to do though is I'm going to show you how to do it with a regular pair of dice and this astrological matrix. Okay, and then I'm going to show you how to do it with the kaiju, and I'm going to show you how to do it with the necromancy. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to ask, okay, in what area that I am currently unfamiliar with, or that I am not doing anything in, or that I might feel uncomfortable with, in what area or areas should I pay attention to, and doing what would help me to get unstuck. Okay, so I'm just going to use this as an example. This is just an example. Okay, so let's say I got a client and he wants to go into a new arena, right? So I ask it, what area that you're not currently comfortable in, that you're not currently doing a lot in, that maybe you have to learn something completely new. We'll get you unstuck, okay? So let's say this guy's like a chef, okay? Let's say he's a chef and he's cooking all the time and he still feels stuck, okay? So then I roll these are my regular dice, my little metal ones, okay? And I show you how to use these in the Game of Luck PDF, how to use a regular pair of 2 dice, and then I roll them, right? Okay. So I got health, fitness, organization, and acts of service, and then I got, that's Virgo, and then I got romance, play, self-expression, and creativity, okay? So now let me show you what happened. I got a 1 in the 6th house and a 2 in the 5th house, okay? A 1 in the 6th house and a 2 in the 5th house, okay? So you know that, a lot of you know that that's Leo and Virgo, okay? These two, okay? And then again, the PDF's up in the file section, okay? So the 1... Okay, so the 2 is in the romance, play, self-expression, and creativity. So it means that you have to find a different way to express yourself, and maybe by interacting with another individual at this time is a way to do it, because it's a 2. It means you need to bring something else in besides yourself. At the same time, it tells me that there's a 1 here, okay? So because it's in the house of Virgo, I'm going to say, do something where you're not involved in it yourself. You're sort of providing service for other people. So maybe that you go into an area, or health or fitness, okay? So maybe this guy's spending all of his time cooking and he's not exercising, right? Time to start exercising or doing something for your body. Start studying anatomy. So let's say, I'd say for him, okay, start studying anatomy and see what that unlocks for you. Okay, so now this guy spends all his time doing cooking, and there's chemistry involved in cooking. Maybe as he starts studying anatomy, he starts to make these other connections, right? Now he's got a 2 in the house of romance, play, self-expression, and creativity, okay? So it's like maybe you collaborate with someone else and create something that, because normally you spend all your time alone. Okay, so that's how I would do it. So I'd say, okay, let's try studying something in that area. Try expressing with someone else. There's a 2. You need something else to come in the picture. You're spending too much time alone. Okay? And it doesn't mean he has to go out and find a girlfriend. It just means that he has to find something to collaborate with someone on. If you collaborate and you study in this whole new area, health, fitness, organization, acts of charity, maybe he raises money with someone else. Maybe he finds a philanthropist and raises money, and he learns something new there. You see, that may help him get stuck. It'll certainly help him think a whole new way. Okay, that's how you do it with these. So now I'm going to say I got the kaiju, right? Okay, let's say we got someone who's a businesswoman. She's got her own business, and she feels stuck. The business isn't doing what she wanted it to do. She's losing funds. She doesn't know what to do, right? So we take the kaiju, roll it. Okay, I want to get it on the thing. If it rolls off the thing, I want to roll it back on it, okay? All right, so career goals, fame, success, achievement, public image, groups, friends, causes in society, okay? So I would say it's time to link herself, and it's Mothra, okay? I would say, is there something you can do, a cause that you have never actually been part of before? Research a cause, become unfamiliar, Stop worrying about your career at this point, your public image and your achievements, okay, because that's where you're feeling stuck. And you go into a cause. Find a cause, research a cause, become a champion for that cause, because that's what Mothra does. Okay. Don't worry about your career. Don't worry about that stuff. Learn how to find and become a champion for this other cause. Okay. Now she's taken herself outside of herself. She's worried about it. See, but what's going to happen in this case is that she's going to start to develop a reputation. She's going to meet new people. People may go, what do? They may become interested in her business. You see? That's how you do this. Okay. So, but that's not the goal. The goal is to just do something new, to start to expand your abilities and your horizon and get unstuck. Okay, so now we got the necromancy, okay? I'm gonna roll the necromancy on the, and we'll see what we got. Let's say this guy's an artist, okay? Let's say this guy's an artist, and he's a filmmaker, and he's stuck in his films, and he can't sell anything to Hollywood, and he's struggling. What could he do? Okay. All right, so we're in health, fitness, organization, and relationships. Okay, so I would say this guy's. Is there some way he could help an individual or get involved? Okay, mutually sharing, relationships, health, and fitness. Maybe volunteer at um, um, is there some way maybe he could take his films or something, or something else, or I would do something else entirely, not take his films. Could you volunteer at an organization where someone needs you? Okay, maybe, or maybe uh, study how human relationships work. Okay, or maybe here's this. He's in these two houses, and it's Cthulhu. I would be like, start studying strategy. Or maybe, is there a martial art that you could take? Could you start studying a martial art and play with martial arts? You see? So that's how you do it, and I hope this helps. And in this case, it's not about taking on a new definition and a new identity. It's not about that. Because if you start to take on that new definition and new identity, you limit yourself right away. This is about playing and discovering something new and learning something new. And it's not about, well, I got to go back to school. Stop that shit, because you've been conditioned to go back to school to give them more money. They didn't fix you the first time. They didn't help you the first time. They're not going to help you when you go back. It's like saying you bought a phone and it don't work, so you're going to buy another one of the same phone and not do. It's just stupid. Not that these people who are doing it are stupid. They've just been conditioned. The system is stupid. It's designed to get people to continually fail. Okay, this is not about defining yourself. It's not coming up with another definition. It's not about learning something new and then going, how can I make money at it? It's about learning new skills and becoming something new and becoming unstuck, and then looking at opportunities later down the line. Okay, so I hope this makes sense. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them. And that's how you do it. That's regular Paradise, the Kaiju, and you could use your other oracles too for this. Or you can use cards for it if you want too. Whatever. That's how you do it, okay? I hope you guys have a great day. And if you have any questions, like I said, put them in the below. And have a great week.